Hey guys, well, as sometimes happens, after we get the show notes done, another item in the world of movies drops, and we got the new Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 trailer drop. Now, actually, I saw this. I didn't see it at Comic-Con. They did play this at Comic-Con. I saw it yesterday in front of an Ant-Man screening in a theater, and it looked pretty damn good on the AMC Prime screen. I gotta say, it looked awesome. But anyway, the new trailer just dropped. Christian, you had a chance to take a look at it. What do you think about the new trailer?
Well, you got to see it yesterday. Mark saw it at Comic-Con. I saw it 10 minutes ago. And I loved it. I really did. And I've mentioned this every single time we talk about Hunger Games, that I was a fan of the books. And I really did. I know that I think the three of us are kind of the minority to where I really enjoyed Mockingjay Part 1 a lot. I thought it was a great setup to what this movie was going to be, and that's epic. And this trailer looked epic. Everything about it. What I did like about it, and I might be wrong, people who read the books can scream at me about it, but I don't remember the Mockingjay, the book being about the Hunger Games and making the Capitol into a Hunger Games type event. It was just raid the Capitol, do what we have to do. I like the new addition of adding a Hunger Games element to it. It kind of ties the whole movie story together, so I like that. I like that they're also acknowledging to where you got to kill Snow. That's where it ends. Kill Snow, and that's the mission. It's an assassination plot. I'm on board.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, because I did read the book, but it was a while ago now, and I only read it once. I do believe that, I don't know if he refers to it as a Hunger Games type of situation, but I know Snow just litters the Capitol with those elaborate booby trap sort of things. So it kind of plays out like Hunger Games, but I don't know if they go so overtly into it in the books like they did in the trailer.
I love that.
And you're right. It does feel like it brings everything full circle. I thought this was a spectacular trailer. And I also really liked Part 1. It was not what the other films have been. It is not action-centric. It is not any of that, but I just felt it was really just a well-done movie. Really well set up, a different kind of movie than the first two Hunger Games movies were, but I appreciated it for what it was. But this movie looks like it's just going to be just spectacular. Like a lot of high-octane action. This is now all the payoff. The three movies we've watched, the three movies we've experienced, this is now going to be the payoff. And it looks like they're doing it right. It really does. Yeah. And look, for those of you who read the book, there's a very heart-crushing moment in the trailer. You know what? If you've read the book, you know exactly what the moment is I'm talking about. But I love the trailer myself. Mark, what do you think?
Well, I've had a week and a half to think about my thoughts on the trailer, so excuse me if they're a little more eloquent than what you guys just said. This trailer's neat. It's really, really good. This is going to be a war film. It's going to be brutal. It feels like the second part of the movie that I saw last year, not just a sequel to the Hunger Games, but a perfect companion piece, because that was a lot of setup. I enjoyed it, but it was a lot of setup. And then you feel this, oh man, this ominous tone of these dark clouds rolling over. And it's going to be when all the dust is settled, somebody is going to die. There's going to be a victor now. It's not going to be another movie where, oh, hey, we tried hard and let's regroup and do this. No, we get a winner, we get a loser by the end of this film. I didn't read the books. I have no idea what's coming. I know we're trying to kill Snow. I know we're attacking the Capitol. Who's going to survive? Who's going to die? I bet a lot of people are not going to make it out of this picture alive, and that excites me.
Well, that's what Mark says, too, as far as I think that a lot of people that maybe didn't like Mockingjay Part 1, once they watch this and you watch it as like a full movie, will enjoy Part 1 a lot better. I think if this one delivers, which I think it will, if Part 2 is amazing and is as epic as it looks like it will be, I think people are going to go back, rewatch it, and go, okay, I like this one a lot more than I did the first time watching.
And as a fan of the movies, but haven't read the books, like you just wait for Katniss to step up, because even in the last movie, she was reluctant. She didn't want to make that commercial initially, and she's like, "No, I'm not sure about this." No, she is solidified as the leader of this resistance now. There's no question who's in charge, and it's Katniss.
Actually, it's President Coin. But what this trailer really does for me, though, is it did something unexpected for me. Just this trailer made me kind of look at this whole movie franchise a little bit differently. And tell me what you think about this, because I'm watching this trailer and I'm seeing they set it up. The whole 13 districts are now unified and they're all marching on the Capitol. And you think, well, the Capitol is screwed. The Capitol is screwed. And then Donald Sutherland's voice comes into the trailer. It's like, "Oh, Miss Everdeen." And you're like, I feel like if you had him tied up with chains, surrounded by 8 attack dogs, and had a gun to his head, and he said, "I'm going to kill you in a minute," you'd believe it. And that suddenly took me back for a second. I realized, despite the fact that Donald Sutherland does not have a ton of screen time in this movie, when you really think about it, I feel like he is one of the main pieces of glue that holds his entire franchise together. It is that looming ominous threat of President Snow, as portrayed by Donald Sutherland in these movies, and the way he's portrayed him, that has really driven the engine of this story along. And now we come into the trailer, I see, well, it's the 13 Districts Uniting. It's game over. Oh, and then Snow speaks, and it's like, oh, wait a minute, maybe it's not.
And
I really love it.
And let's not forget, he gets to play a home court game here because they're marching on the Capitol. So I think President Snow pulled a giant Kevin McAllister and has booby traps all over that place. Not everybody's making it out of this movie alive, kids.
Well, he's powerful, and that's the whole thing. And like even the little scenes of what you see that one when they're hiding behind like the wall and those guns are just firing at them, you're like Mark said, it's going down. People are both sides are not going to come out unscathed.
Yeah, it looks great.